Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Yeah, again, I appreciate you clicking on this video to watch it. Today, I wanted to do a video that I've talked about in a couple of other videos, and that's where I talk about Netgalley. Let me start by explaining what Netgalley is. Netgalley is a website that you can look for upcoming releases and request to review them. So anybody who reviews books can request from publishers to receive an e-galley. An e-galley is just an advanced reader copy of a book that's electronic. So it can be sent to your Kindle, your iPad, your laptop. You read the book and review it, and this site helps keep all of those things together. I started a Netgalley back kind of when I was relatively new to BookTube. I did not have very many followers at the time, just a couple hundred, I think, when I first started. And I started requesting a bunch of books. Not loads, I didn't go crazy, because even back then I wasn't reading very much on my Kindle. But I thought this would be fun to be kind of in the know with new books. So I requested a bunch of books and then got approved for some of them, not all of them, and then completely forgot that I had a Netgalley. Whoops. Over the last 4.5 years since I've been on BookTube, occasionally have popped into Netgalley, requested a book or two, got approved for some, and then never read it. I have a very low rating. Now, one of the things publishers look at when they are deciding whether to approve you for an advanced copy is, number one, your influence and your review status. Like, how often do you review books? What kind of books are you reviewing? Also, your percentage. So on Netgalley, each person is given a percentage of how many of the books that you get approved for are you actually reviewing. And my percentage, unfortunately, is very low. We're going to take a look at it together. I'm bearing my soul. I am not very proud of this number, and it is my goal in 2021 to increase my percentage. It's not going to be that hard. I'm not planning on going crazy with requesting books, but I'm hoping that each quarter, when I talk about my anticipated reads, those books in particular, I'm going to be checking if they're available on Netgalley so that I can read them and let you know. Maybe even when I do that anticipated reads video. Some publishers have restrictions as to when you can. They don't want people promoting the book too soon, but some books are available pretty early. So let's take a look at Netgalley. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm hoping I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what Netgalley looks like, how the site is set up. You'll get to see mine in full force, my low percentage, and we'll take a look at it together. So here we go. Let's dive into my Netgalley page. So here is my dashboard. When you open up Netgalley, it goes right to this dashboard. Here's some titles. You can kind of choose over here what kind of categories you're interested in. So I've chosen Christian, general fiction, historical fiction, middle grade, and romance. You can pick, there are a bunch of different categories. If you're a nonfiction reader, you can put that as a category. There are a bunch of different categories, and you can edit and change those when you want to. There will often be a highlighted book. I mean, there's lots of these. Not lots, but there's a few pages here of upcoming books. And I try not to look at these too much, but this is where I will look when I'm looking for my next anticipated reads. This is one of the places that will be super helpful in finding some upcoming books to share with you. This just tells us there was a problem with Kindle downloading. And then here is, what did you think about some of your books? Then if we go over here to my shelf, this is where you can see, well, let's do start reading. Nope. Give feedback. So this is the list of all the books. There are 18 that I have been approved for that I have not yet reviewed. So you can see January of 2017. So I started my BookTube in April of 2016. So about 6 or 8 months later is when this book was published. Oh, I downloaded it in September, so even earlier. But not too many here at a time. So 2 in January, there was 1 in March. Then that's a big difference, 2017 to 2019. So all of 2018, I didn't look at it at all. So yeah, I have a mix here of historical fiction and middle grade. I think Promised is a Regency romance. a little bit of YA, middle grade, and yeah, historical fiction. And then if you look here, The Lost Apothecary is one of the books from my January through March anticipated reads that I was approved for. And then you get a sneak peek there of a couple more coming out in April and May that I've already requested and have been approved for. Then I do have a couple, 3 that I have read and reviewed. So What You Wish For by Catherine Center, Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey, and Lake Shire Park by Megan Walker. I've reviewed those ones already. I don't know what Not Active is. Oh, I haven't gotten an answer on this request yet. Then there's an opportunity for you to look for titles, specific titles. And this is how I looked up those books that I was anticipating. You can browse by publishers, by different things. There's an audiobook feature, which I have not started to use, right from Netgalley. And then just here's all the different categories that you can choose from to review. So there's lots and lots of categories there. And I just picked a couple because I already don't have a very good percentage. So then if we go over here, if you click on your name up here, this is kind of my profile. And this is where you can see my feedback ratio is 14%. That is not very good. So 22 have been approved and only 3 have had feedback sent. That's not very good at all. I need to add a photo. Apparently I don't have a photo on here. Whoops. And then there's my bio, this is where in your bio where you would talk about where you review books, how do you, what's your influence? Do you lead a book club? Do you have a booktube? Do you have a bookstagram? Are you on Twitter talking about books? Book Twitter, I guess that's what it's called. You can connect. So I've connected my Goodreads so that when I post a review on Goodreads, it can connect to here. And also my YouTube channel, which is where I primarily talk about books. I could connect Instagram too, but I haven't done that. So yeah, that is like the basic overview. Oh, let's see. Here's you can create your profile of what you like. You earn badges along the way. So my badge that I have so far is that I'm a member. I'm a member of Netgalley. That's the only badge that I currently have. So I think as my percentage gets higher, I will get different badges. And so that's kind of a goal. And you can copy and paste that if you have a blog. Oh yeah, people who blog can also do Netgalley. Yeah, just some account. Yeah, that's in my account information and stuff. But let's go back to my shelf. So my goal this year, and I'm going to be creating a page in my book journal that I don't use too often, but my goal this year is to really read, hopefully all. I only have 22 right now, but I'm going to be getting more throughout the year. But I would like to definitely get my percentage up to 50 or above. That's a big jump. It's at 14 right now. But I think I can do it. I just need to prioritize reading on my Kindle at least 1 book a month. And if I do that, this list can definitely get smaller. Well, hopefully not get too much smaller because I want to still be requesting books, but my percentage can get higher. So that is the goal. Well, let's look real quick. I just wanted to show you before I get out of here how you would request a book. And it's so easy. I'm just looking at covers here. See if something jumps out to me. The Smashed Man of Dread End. Ghost Girl, Speed of Mercy. Let's look specifically at historical fiction. Okay, here we go. An Earl, the Girl, and a Toddler. Oh my word. Churchill's Secret Messenger comes out April 27th. I never heard of this book. What is it about? Recruited from Churchill's typing pool to become an undercover spy in German-occupied France, a young woman from London bravely endures daring missions, audacious escapes, and harrowing imprisonment in a Nazi concentration camp, risking everything for the country and the man she loves. Sure. So I clicked on the book that looked interesting to me. The description sounds good. I like the cover. You can see France here. Okay, and then request. So you just It's as easy as that. You click on request. What appeals to you about this book? I've never heard of this author, but I like the cover. That called out to me first, and I liked the description. I've not heard about this book at all. And then I'm going to send request. And we'll see. So now my request is pending. This is what I don't want to do, though. I don't want to keep requesting books and then maybe getting them and then having my list keep growing and growing and growing until I'm starting to read them more often. So I just wanted to show you that part of it as well. So that's a brief little overview of Netgalley. In case you've never looked at it before, maybe you want to check it out for yourself and see if you could become a member and start reviewing and requesting books. And let's keep me accountable. If you haven't heard me talking about an ebook in a little while, remind me, hey, Krista, how's your Netgalley score? You can ask me. I'm giving you permission. Call me out. Ask me if my percentage is getting higher on Netgalley, because I really want to. I love backlist, and I've said this over and over. I call myself the queen of the backlist because I have so many backlist titles already on my shelves, and I definitely am going to make progress on those this year. Well, and to be honest, most of my shelf on Netgalley is now backlist as well. Only except those 3 or 4 that I requested recently that are coming out in 2021. The rest are all backlist. So I don't really have an excuse. I need to bust out my Kindle and I need to read at least one ebook every month and see if I can't get that score quite a bit higher by the end of the year. Help me be accountable to that. But I would love to hear from you about Netgalley. Is it something that you've heard of? Are you glad that I'm taking a look at new releases? Would you rather I just stick to the backlist, or a little mix of both is okay with you? Let's chat about all these things down in the comments below, or about anything else. You guys know I love talking with you down there. Thank you so much for watching. I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will definitely be talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.